I like to listen to my friends scream. Yep, I find it funny. And I am on a constant hunt for new scary games to play with my boys so I can laugh at them and point my finger at their dumb, scared little baby faces. What? Lethal Company is the new scariest multiplayer horror game, and there's exactly 4 reasons why. Starting with this. The baking sheet. No, I'm serious. After spawning in, the first thing that I noticed was 1 is dance and 2 is point, and these controls cannot be rebound. In other words, Zeekerss is a rat bastard. So our job was basically to enter the facility, grab various types of scrap, and bring it back to the ship before it got too late, because otherwise... So basically, I got a job. I'm a 9-to-5er. I can finally sympathize with all the depressed Japanese salarymen I meet and get drunk with. This is awesome. The difference, of course, being that this time the hallucinations are real.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Go! It's time to go! It's time to go!
Where? I have no sprint, go! The only thing on this planet that I can compare this feeling to is in one of those nightmares where you can't run away from the monster chasing you. This is quite literally nightmare shit. Why am I so slow? Boom, the baking sheet. That weighs 16 pounds. This weight system is ridiculous, and for a game about carrying objects back and forth, Zeekerss sure does make it a pain in the ass to carry objects back and forth. Is what I said when I was dumb and stupid just starting out in this game, because this annoying-ass inventory system is crazy important to the terror of Lethal Company. Yes, that clip a second ago was dark and tense, and I'm being chased by a giant thumping unknown force of evil, but the reason it was scary is because I couldn't run away because my inventory system fucked me over. Do I want to give up the radio and be isolated from my teammates, or do I want to give up the shovel and be defenseless without them? Should I pick up another piece of scrap and risk not being able to run away? Do I want safety or speed? It's like being forced to pick between alcoholism and a nicotine addiction. It drilled into our heads that we are not going in under favorable conditions. It ripped us out of our comfort zone and basically manufactured moments like this by limiting our options for fighting the scariness. Until your buddy gets back on his rant about the damn exploitation of blue-collar workers at multinational shipping conglomerates.
I'm gonna sit in the ship.
Yeah, literally so difficult.
He's the fucking middle manager. This guy.
I'm back more money than you guys have.
You got soft hands, boy.
Remember when I said in like every single video I've ever made that proximity chat is the best mechanic in any video game ever? Yeah.
What?
Thumper.
Thumper? Oh shit!
It's right in front of me.
I rest my case, assholes. The proximity chat is beyond perfect in this game with all of its filters and fading and cutting off. It's easily the best proximity chat ever made, and it isolates players if they get too far away from each other. You see, playing solo? Yeah, pretty scary. Playing with friends? Not really scary at all. But playing solo, when I was supposed to have friends with me, it's a done deal. Lethal Company forces players apart by giving them this strict time limit, carrying capacity, and branching paths, while incentivizing them to be near one another by forcing proximity chat and all these monsters on them. Having my homies with me is a safety blanket. It's warm and it's cuddly, just like my homie's ass, and removing it by forcing us apart instantly takes my anxiety way further than any single player game could possibly hope to achieve. That's step 2, isolate players from each other. This is the same exact list. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now halfway through the video, and I am now halfway drunk, and I haven't even mentioned the monsters yet. Damn, if that isn't the mark of a great horror game, I don't even know what is. It's scary as hell before the monsters even show up. And that's the magic, bro, because who hurt you, bro? Wait a minute, where am I? Good God, I think that monster scared me all the way to China. I can't watch Rise of the Guardians on Netflix anymore. No! Introducing Surfshark VPN, the sponsor of today's video and my go-to VPN for over 3 years now. Netflix still region locking all the good anime to Japan? Boom. With the click of a button, you can change IP addresses and virtually travel to any country around the globe. Government getting a little censorship-y? A VPN can bypass those website restrictions and liberate your browsing. My videos have recently started gaining traction on Bilibili, aka Chinese YouTube, if only they had Surfshark. They could have been watching regular YouTube this whole time. I don't know what the hell this means, but I'm just gonna assume that they're agreeing with me and move on. Surfshark also encrypts your data and helps to secure your personal information when connecting to sketchy public Wi-Fi like at train stations or airports so you can browse worry-free. Mask your IP address, block ads, trackers, malware, and phishing attempts. Surfshark can do it all. They're currently running a deal for, listen to me, up to 83% off and an additional 6 months free with my code STELLARJ. And if you don't like it, cancel within 30 days and get your money back guaranteed. Now, where were we? Oh yeah. Who hurt you, bro? Who hurt you? What happened to you, Zeekers? What happened for you to make this shit? What the fuck? So when we first got into the facility, we didn't even see any monsters for like 10 minutes. It was all atmosphere building. And when we finally did, it was just this widow face hugger. Scary jump scare for a second, and then we laughed our asses off at the funny filter while Owen died and screamed for help. We were lured into a false sense of security because we thought that we were safe as a group and that there would be no scary monsters, and oh ho ho! Hello, Satan! An insane man would not come up with these monsters, and it's a sickening, pants-pissing, sleep paralysis boogeyman nightmare to discover each disturbing addition to the cast. When you're with your boys, you are able to deconstruct and rationalize the spooky monsters quickly, and they lose their scariness, which is why you need to keep constantly changing up the ways you try to scare them. Keep them on their toes and keep them guessing. The enemy variety and randomly generated levels are a perfect way to accomplish this, and the use of several different types of scares is the mark of a great horror game. Unfortunately, this is also Lethal Company's biggest weakness. By using procedural generation, you get loads of replayability, but you also lose your ability to specifically tailor each and every scare, which sometimes feels like it lowers the value of the entire experience. I have had several colonoscopies, and also several very successful runs where we didn't see a single monster, and countless more where all we saw was a slime. That first part was not related, I just needed a transition. On its own, this isn't a terrible thing. I mean, it creates kind of a separation, a break that in turn amplifies the scariness of those runs where you are just booking it. But if you start to get a couple of these uneventful runs in a row, it's like, hello? Hello? Who want me? This is what I loved about Phasmophobia. Like, the events were scripted, so we had what felt like a very tailored and terrifying experience, but which event specifically that you got was always random, so it still kept that wild card. By the way, Phasmophobia VR is my favorite multiplayer horror game, and I explain why in this video, as well as why most multiplayer horror games fail. Go watch it, please and thank you. That was me kissing your sweet, supple gamer forehead. And I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, I know I am, I always do. But it's just kind of a chore simulator, guys. I don't hate the gameplay loop, I think it does a great job luring players deep into the facility. And hell, leaving with all your items when it's like 9 and you thought it was like 4, pants pissed. Every time. But at the end of the day, collecting the same loot over and over and bringing it back to your ship to sell, that's kind of a fetch quest. I'm just saying, let's call a spade a spade. Eventually it gets pretty monotonous, especially because everything looks the goddamn same. There are 8 moons to explore, but only 2 interiors? The fuck? This is where I'm spending all my time. I was so excited at the start to have like a unique facility, loot, or monsters for every moon, but nope, same, different. Never mind, same. It feels like such a huge misstep to have all this variety with the monsters and almost none in the environment. And delete turrets, man, oh my god. I'm walking along thinking about all the perfectly normal, sane things I would ever say to Otto if I ever got to meet her, and then bam, dead. What the hell is that? It's not even a monster. It wasn't scary. I died for nothing. Is this fun? Is this scary? I just moved out of America, and you're giving me flashbacks. Come on, man. Fortunately, there is one thing that Lethal Company absolutely excels at that will cause me to overlook this blunder. I want you to try and figure out right now, right here, right now, what you think is the most scary monster in the game. For me, it is the Jester, and it's not even close. If you know, you know. Why is it so scary? Take a look at how it fucking attacks you. Are you kidding me? First of all, this heavily stylized art style leaves so much to the imagination. I'm a broken record in these videos, but your mind will always imagine things to be scarier than they actually are. And the further we get from reality, the more the brain has to stipulate on. This is why the Bracken is like universally praised. You see and hear it following you several times before it actually attacks. All of this is to force your mind to imagine and dread what could be coming. And the Jester is no exception. It has this huge countdown forcing your mind to imagine what's going to happen, and then it sprints after you, thumping every time it gets closer. Oh my god! Literally, this entire encounter, except for the last physical instant of death, is just letting your mind run wild, imagining what's gonna happen, and that's the scariest part of any horror game. Good shit, Seekers. I am really looking forward to seeing how they flesh this game out in the future. If VR somehow gets an addition someday, it's a done deal. Easily the best multiplayer horror game ever. As of right now, I would put it somewhere right here on the tier list. I don't do number scores, that's my gimmick. In other news, life in Japan's going great. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but I'm just here temporarily on a study abroad. I gotta go back to Freedom Land in February. It has been an incredible 3 months so far, though. Thank you, patrons Ruxaro, Ryan Kistner, and Zussi. See ya!